Hi, and welcome to Hams Radio. I am Hams. Whether you are a new or a returning viewer, I just wanted to say thank you for your support. I do appreciate every single one of you. If you are new to my channel is all about finding a life after trauma. I will be showing the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to my own healing journey in hopes that it will help someone out there with their journey. If that sounds like something that could add any positivity to your own life, to your own journey, or somebody else maybe that you know, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on what I'm doing over here. And again, if you can just like the video, it does help me with the YouTube something as I am trying to grow my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about joy. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ego, and I'm going to talk a little bit about intentions. And I was writing about it a little today, and as I like to do, I like to just read straight from my journal, just to kind of encapsulate, I guess, my stream of thinking when I'm doing stuff like this. I don't know, but we're going to read from it. So, let's see. Okay, so this is coming from, I know I've spoken about food really being an issue with me. It's one of those urges that I have a very hard time challenging, is when I get the urge to eat. Now, it used to be alcohol, it used to be cigarettes, it used to be vaping, and my eating issues. But the eating issue, as I've mentioned in another video, is the one that I'm really having a hard time letting go. And as I'm learning more, um, well, you'll see. Imagine what I could do and accomplish if I could get a handle on my eating urges. Not wait till it's the next thing to fall off. See, I'm feeling the swelling in my chest that at this point feels the same as the general anxiety I get when thinking about should statements. And the swelling I was feeling right there was a swelling of joy. And I was just writing about, because at the moment it felt like joy and anxiety, at least the physiological sensations, were the same to me in the moment. So I'm feeling the swelling in my chest that at this point feels the same as the general anxiety I get when thinking about should statements. I should have said this. I should have done this. I should have not done that. I should have not said this. Or whether it's I should statements. I should in the future be able to pay my dad off. I should be able to afford this car. I should be able to not be embarrassed. I should be able to not feel anxiety. Anything that really creates any anxiety inside of you because you're worrying about either the past or the present or the future. Whether talking about the past or future, I feel like it's the same physiological sensation. It's like the ego comes in contact with joy and throws anxiety over the situation and paranoia as well. The mind reading portion of this situation, when you're telling yourself, now he's going to be mad. Now she's going to think I'm a bad person. I think she's going to, or she's going to think I'm not kind. Or my boss will fire me. My boss is going to give me the bad shifts, whatever it may be. Now that I'm writing this, and I think I have a little bit more information, and so I'm comparing now the anxiety and the joy now that I'm feeling the anxiety of it. Because I just went from swelling to anxiety just writing about this. Now that I'm writing this, and I think I have a little bit more information, while the pressure, the PSI to joy and anxiety is the same, let's just say both of them 100 PSI, okay? With anxiety, it's a collapsing pressure. So it's the same kind of pressure, but I feel like my chest is collapsing on itself, while joy is a bursting pressure. So bursting versus collapsing. So that is a differentiation that I learned just now writing this, not like an hour ago. I was able to find a differentiation between those that I thought felt very similar. Yay! On my walk today, I recommitted to knowing what my intentions behind my actions are. Am I doing this because it brings me joy? Or am I doing this so and so will think I'm a nice person? Or am I doing it out of fear of not being accepted anymore if I say no? I also committed to striving to only say yes to things that give me joy, not in the moment happiness. No, that's ego. It's me wanting to eat a ham and cheese croissant. But when I look at what I want the purpose of eating to be, it is to fuel my body. Because like I said, like I'm trying not to just eat on urges, eat on because my brain is like, that sounds good. I want to eat to fuel my body instead. After looking at the nutritional facts, I could not justify eating that croissant as fuel because it was trash. I had this conversation in my head while walking back to my mom's after purchasing this thing, and I ultimately decided that I'm gonna just put it in the, I should say fridge. Oh my goodness. Fridge to see how it felt. To not give in to my ego. I felt my ego become hot. It started acting up. It wants to eat the croissant so bad. I kept reminding myself, your intentions are what? What good would eating it do? This is the ego. No. And the longer I hold out, the better I feel. Food is the area I've allowed no control over. I've allowed myself no control over. I've allowed the ego to, to completely take over my food. My ego does what it can to get me fat, it seems like. My ego does what it can to get me fat, it seems like. I'd imagine being able to say no and mean it this time hit differently. As I sit here, my ego is still trying to bargain with me. It's said that half or just a bite of the croissant won't make a difference. Come on, it says. What's the harm? What could one bite possibly do? It's just one sandwich. It won't make a difference. It's not that bad of a meal. You spent $7 on it. What are you going to do? Throw it away? You're going to waste $7? I felt like my ego was throwing anything at me to try to convince me to eat this dumb croissant. And what I really didn't want to believe that it was my ego because I really just wanted to eat it, and I believe that was part of ego. Anyways, so once I decided I wasn't going to do it, I got a lot of pushback. So my ego was saying anything to get me to give in to this urge, but I'm saying no. The longer I say no, the longer I'm able to remember my intentions, and the stronger I feel and more at peace I feel, because now I'm not giving into these urges of the ego. I'm listening to what my body needs and what my body wants, and not the ego. There's a difference in joy and or being good to yourself and taking care of yourself, And that doesn't mean always being happy. Um, it just means what's going to be good for me personally. What is better for me is not to eat that. I needed to find something else that was way more nutritious um, than that croissant. So it's realizing those moments that are the ego, my ego coming through and almost disguising itself as not the ego. So that's fun. Oh, and before I go, there is something I wanted to share, and this is a quote from Theodore Roosevelt as he addressed, I think it was in Paris, like early 1900s. Um, and it's called, I don't remember what the speech is called, but it's referred to as the Man in the Arena speech. And for anyone who doesn't know what this is, and even if you do, um, this is something that I first read in a book called Daring Greatly, based off of this quote by Brene Brown. And I think I really like it. So here it is. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who knows great enthusiasms and great devotion, who sends himself who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. And this is going to change kind of the way I look at people. And as I'm starting to focus on saying yes to things that give me joy, and 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 doing things that feel right for me, what I need to do for me. And if I am out here doing the best I can, like literally doing the best I can, and really striving for excellence, really striving to become this myself, the truest person I am, I'm in the arena. I am in the arena. If I'm getting criticized by somebody outside of the arena, they're in the stands, they're in the nosebleeds, they're in whatever, they're in the seat, they're not engaging, doing they're not being vulnerable, they're not putting themselves out there, they're not engaging. And if those are the types of people that I'm getting criticized from, I need to remember that I'm the one in the arena. I'm the one trying to be better. I'm the one really putting into this work. And I cannot be successful without fails. So if I'm afraid to fail, if the only time I will engage, if I think I'm going to be perfect and engage exactly the way I want to, I'm never even going to get anywhere, because there's never going to be a time where I think I'm perfect. Therefore, I will never engage. But I am in the arena. I'm in the arena regardless. I am ready for failures. I'm ready for successes. I'm ready to lose friends who then were not actual friends. I'm ready to make stronger friends. I'm ready to strengthen some of my friendships. I'm ready for whatever comes. And one mantra I'm trying to adapt right now is I don't care what happens. And that comes from a just living in the moment and accepting what's going on in the moment and living in the now. I don't care what happens just means good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Like I'm trying to see things as they are. I'm trying to just accept things as they are without judgment, without um, snide remarks, without a bad attitude. I'm not going to do it 100% of the time, but I don't care what happens. I want to be able to repeat that to myself so that I don't take anything too seriously. I don't hold on to anything. I live in the moment. I'm here in the now, and I appreciate the here and the now. And so moving forward, I want to take all this with me, and being able to recognize the people in my life who are in the stands and the people in my life who are actually in the arena. Um, I'm becoming a little bit better differentiating the two. They used to be people I held to the same regard, and I cannot, because they don't understand. They don't know. They're not willing to risk what I'm willing to risk. So we're not on the same level. We're not going to have the same mindset. We're not going to approach things the same. Um, and I'm not talking trash or anything like that, but I'm not going to consider their opinions and their feedback if they're not willing to get in the arena. So take what you will from that. If you did get anything, again, subscribe and come with me as I move forward. I hope you got something from this. And until next time, I hope everyone enjoys their day and, well, rest of the week actually. Till next time. Bye.